It is said that the Floo network is a bit uncomfortable for some people, but it packs in a total of advantages. What's poppin', guys? Hope you guys have an amazing day. Today for you guys, we're going to be looking at exactly this. We're going to be looking at the Floo powder, the Floo network, the history, pros and cons, advantages, really just everything about it. If you guys like it, then subscribe, like, and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. And also, I just want to say that only 60 to 70% of you guys are subscribed, so if you like the content, then please subscribe. For now, let's jump into it. Firstly, the advantages. First, it can be used without fear of breaking the statute of secrecy, unlike broomsticks. Next, it has no risk of injury and without any danger, unlike apparition. Thirdly, it can be used for children, elderly, or the people who can't use broomsticks properly, can't apparate, or for any other reason. Almost every single witch or wizard is connected to Floo network. It can be disconnected by a simple spell. The connection requires the permission of the Ministry of Magic. In addition, the Ministry actually regulates and controls the Floo network and prevents Muggle fireplaces becoming linked within as well. Though temporary connections can be arranged in emergencies, there's about 1,000 fireplaces connected and linked with the Floo network across Britain. 1,000, remember that, including those at the Ministry of Magic. However, the fireplaces at Hogwarts are not connected, though there have been times when they were tampered with, typically without the staff's knowledge, which, well, we see Harry, Hermione, and the rest of his squad or gang do in the Order of the Phoenix. Although it is usually safe and reliable, mistakes can rise from situation to situation. Speaking the name loud and clear may not always be obeyed due to panic, heat, or ash, as we see with Harry when we first used the Floo powder, Floo network, to travel to Diagon Alley from the Burrow in the Chamber of Secrets. The most major problem and mistake that had ever happened was in 1855, when after a row with her husband, the witch Violet Tillyman wanted to go to her parents' house, and therefore leaped into the fireplace with sobs. Multiple weeks later, there was no clean pots in the house, and Albert Tillyman's socks needed washing. Her husband, Albert Tillyman, leaped into the fireplace and went to his mother-in-law's. Though she stated that Violet had never arrived, Albert got suspicious and raged through the whole house, and surprisingly confirmed she was telling the truth. Nobody seemed to know where she was, and she even got into the Daily Prophet. Nobody claimed to see anyone in the fireplace. Everyone knew of Violet Tillyman, and no one seemed to use the Floo network in fear of disappearing to thin air. Soon the clock ticked, and time passed. Violet was forgotten, and the Floo network was once again in proper use. Albert learned how to clean and learned darning spells, though he never used the Floo network again. It was until 20 years after Albert's death did Violet resurface. She did not come into her parents' house, but into the fireplace of a wizard named Myron Otharis, who lived in Bury St. Edmunds. They both had 7 children and lived together. The upcoming information now is quoted by JKR Rowling herself. Floo came from the flue that you find on a chimney, and don't ask me to tell you exactly what a flue is, because I don't know. I just know it exists, but I'm not sure what it does exactly. I need a way for particularly young witches and wizards to travel around because I'd created the International Statute of Secrecy, which was inconvenient. So immediately that made it quite difficult for them to move around, particularly over long distances, by magical means. So I thought they needed something very discreet, and that's how the Floo network came about. So it was a way of moving from house to house without ever being seen by muggles. But it was fun and comical to have it a little bit difficult to use, so that you could easily make a mistake in where you ended up. Alright, well those were J.K. Rowling's thoughts on it. But what about the history? Floo powder was invented by Ignatia Wildsmith in the 13th century. No one actually knows who makes it now, but no shortage of Floo powder has ever been reported. The price has remained incredibly consistent for the past 100 years. 2 sickles a scoop. Normally every house remains a stock of it, which normally resides in a vase or a box. The actual composition of it has resided a secret so far. There have, of course, been attempts to make Floo powder at home, but have been unsuccessful. At least once a year, St. Mungo's Hospital for Magical Maladies and Injuries reports an injury called the fox flu injury, which is when a person has thrown a homemade stack of Floo powder into their fireplace and suffered its effects. A wizard who works at St. Mungo's Rutherford Poke said in 2010, "It's 2 sickles a scoop, people, so stop being cheap. Stop throwing powdered rune spore fangs on the fire and stop blowing yourself out of the chimney. If one more wizard comes in here with burned backside, I swear I won't treat him. It's 2 sickles a scoop." So this explains the entire story, the history, the pros and cons of the Floo powder, the Flute network. And if you guys like it, then put it down in the comments below, as well as if you have any other video suggestions. And also don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications, as I said again, so you don't miss anything. For now, and until next time, see ya.